Welcome to the Blathering Live. I'm Ken Napzok here live on a, holy crap, what day is it? It's a Monday. Happy to be here with all of you. Has your week started the way you wanted it to? You tell me. Producer Steve will be here in a bit. All your calls, we're going to take them. Become a channel member to call in. I think you know that if you're watching live. If you're a lurker and you're not feeling comfortable about calling in, but you have a channel membership, hey, do it. Do it. Come on. Call in. Boobenheim's here. It's a Monday. All the regulars check it in. Happy to have you all here. This episode is brought to you by a few things. First of all is the wonderful graphic novel Shock City by Invader Zim character designer Aaron Alexovich, personal friend of mine, former roommate of mine, and I fully endorse this book and all of his work and graphic novels and the things Aaron does. But you should check out Shock City Punks. Get it wherever you get your fine books. Also, as has been the case for all of May, these shows in May are brought to you by The Arbiters, a project from my buddy Phil Svitek and a wonderful cadre of individuals, and I want you to support them and maybe consider investing in the film via Patreon, which is what they're doing. They're sharing the process along with you. And I love this idea because it is a 2D animated film that has a lot of anime styles. It has kind of the big sweeping morality tale stuff all the way through it, a story of resistance as well, and it's original storytelling. Down below in my YouTube description, if you're on YouTube, there's a couple links, one to the Patreon page to support the film. A low dollar amount will get you in and just kind of help them make this film and continue to make it and get it over the finish line. So much of it is already done. They're almost there. And there's a 20-minute video or so that just kind of gives you behind the scenes and shares the process. Could you do me a favor? And when you're thinking about it, not right now because you're watching me live, watch that video, watch that 20-minute video, have it on, leave a comment, leave a like, so that will also help spread the word on YouTube there. So thanks to Phil and the team behind the Arbiters for making shows in May possible. All right. So we're here, and we got a couple things on the docket tonight. It's Advice Monday, so I absolutely want to take your advice calls. So please, get in here and ask some advice. Maybe we can help you. Maybe the audience can crowdsource an answer. That's what we do here around most Mondays. As you can tell, so my tech is kind of better. There's been a little switch, and I apologize for last week's shows looking horrendous. These are looking actually better. The picture's clear. But I think we're putting too much juice. I've got new cables on the way. You're doing all the things just to try to make it work. But it's better than last week's show. But I apologize if you're like, why does Ken look a little bit like Max Headroom? I don't know. The other thing is aliens. Still no aliens. We're not going to ignite the debate that always, let's be honest, that I stoke around here, that there's no aliens in the world. But as you know, the Trump administration, at the behest of wonderful politicians like Representative Tim Burchett and Anna Paulina Luna. Man, they're great people. I mean, their track records as MAGA supporters, just wonderful. You should totally support them wanting this disclosure crap. Some of the files, not all of them, Anna Paulina Luna says more are on the way. I guess the ones with real evidence. But we're going to play a little game tonight. I've got 5 pictures released in this UFO batch, and I want you guys to tell me what they are. Bad guesses will absolutely be accepted. That'll be in the show as well. And that's about it. All right. Good night. Good night, everybody. That's where we're going. Happy to be here with all of you here as we start another work week. Glad you're with me. I didn't do a Monday morning show. I was out later than planned, and I had thoughts of waking up early to record Monday morning show. I just like doing it. I like speaking to you guys in that way. I also like having a little podcast up on the feed to get a little, 25 cents for the show. But I set the alarm and I couldn't do it. I feel as though I let you all down. The alarm went off. And I just was like, fuck no. And I still got up 40 minutes later. It's the bed rot that gets me. The alarm will go off and I'll answer it. I don't go back to sleep. I just sit there doing the scrolling, not even doom scrolling, Sometimes it's like, oh, let me check the Zillow rental app. Let me check on stocks I don't have anymore. I just refuse to get out of bed. So I apologize for letting anyone down on that. James Holmes with a super chat. Oh, also we're playing a super chat game tonight. James Holmes in the UK says, how do you organize a party in space? You plan it. Producer Steve is here, and I don't know.
Get out.
How do I respond to that?
Get out, James.
How do I respond to that?
Get out. I mean, we know you secretly have a kink for wordplay and puns, Ken, but even that that crosses the line for me.
It does cross the line for you?
Yeah,
good. Okay, that's good. We've almost fixed the tech, Steve. I think it's fine until I go live, and then I think I'm asking every bit of thing that I own, everything I own, to do too much. That's what I asked.
I don't want to ask a stupid question, but your MacBook is plugged in, right? Like to power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
We'll troubleshoot. We'll troubleshoot some things later.
Money penny. Yeah. But it looks clear. I think I look clear. Do I look clear?
Good.
Do you see?
If you stay perfectly still, Ken, and just look straight at the camera and like try to move as little as possible. Like keep the shoulders nice and steady like a good wide receiver, and you're good to go. Like you're perfect. That looks great. Okay. Just like that. Yeah.
I do the whole show like this.
Okay. You just have to do that for the next hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can move my eyes though, right? Okay.
Yeah, your eyes are fine because that kind of like has that enough of that like flicker effect anyway where it works. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no, you moved a little bit. You ruined it.
It's over. Okay. Is this like AI? There's so many AI commercials on YouTube now, where there's like guys like there's like a fake podcast, and there's like a young girl talking to an older guy, and she's like, "My father needs to get in shape. How can he do it? How old is your father? He is 56." Like, this is what we're accepting now, Steve. We don't.
Yeah. Half the ads I see on like Reddit or TikTok are definitely AI. Like just clearly just like someone threw in a prompt of like make an ad for this shitty mobile game, and I don't care about proofreading at all. So yeah. It's great.
It's great.
It's
great.
I
like deep faked. That's true. Narcolepsy is saying only moving his eyes makes it look like a Peter Gabriel video. Yeah, I'll be your sledgehammer. So one thing to do tonight, if a lot of times you guys are really generous and send a super chat here and there, I appreciate that. I really do. There's also a direct donation link that helps as well. But I decided, often, I give my hot takes here, and it upsets some people, Steve. I'm sorry. Polo shirts are most associated with Republicans. What do you want from me? But here's the thing tonight, Steve. Super chat at any level, I will agree with your hot take. And I'll back it. You say here's $2. I like minestrone soup. I'll tell you why it's the best one. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah. I like this. Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you didn't announce this ahead of time. Don't want to give anyone too much time to think about it. Or to be able to prepare too hard, because this could get you into trouble quickly, especially if we clip this out. I'm
not gonna. I know what my limits will be.
If someone gives you the money, Ken, I don't know.
I mean, it's about, if someone was to super chat me, $1,000, and I had to be like, the political party in Germany in the 1930s had a good idea. Like, maybe I stop, but the money still spends, right? And then I can just no, okay, maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe not.
There might be something about that. Yeah,
might be on that tonight. So there you go. I'm constantly distracted by my. I'm constantly distracted by look at this. I have a good camera too. All right.
It only happens when you go live, huh?
It only happens.
How was Force Center?
Force Center was horrible all the way through, and even the recording. Even the recording.
Even the recording was no good.
Yeah. Once I do something, once it like has to do something, where the computer's streaming, sending stuff out. See, look, and the movements happen. It's not as bad because I was completely at max headroom on Saturday. It's not that. It's just
okay.
Okay. Brennan Mars says, "Show me the money." Our first one is in. Brady says, "Puzzle games are the peak form of gaming." Here's why I like puzzle games. Okay, they allow you to slow down and take in the world. It's critical thinking at its most boring best. It's you, someone you love, and a hot cup of cocoa, maybe shared, Maybe you have your own cup. It's wintertime. It's togetherness. It's community. It is slowing down in the craziness of the world. It's slowing down to take a picture hacked up into 1,000 pieces and put it back together. Just so you can look at the box and say, hey, yeah, that looks like that forest. I love puzzle games, Steve.
Yeah, you did a great job there, Ken. I'm gonna start timing these to see if you're able to ever actually make it more than 30 seconds. It's like riding a bull. Can you bullshit for the full 8 seconds? But I think, well, you know, so puzzle games are no good for the summer. They're only cozy in the winter, and soup. But I don't like soup. You know, what if they're not good solo things? Am I a serial killer, Ken, if I do a puzzle by myself?
Yeah, yeah, you want to do it. You want to do it in the winter. I don't know. All right, this is okay. I might have.
You might have created a monster.
Right,
At least it's a profitable one.
Ingavia says, hot take, polos. He says poles.
Poles.
His actual words say hot take, poles are appropriate in some occasions, but he corrected himself down here and said polos. I was going to proceed to say why political polls are just some of the best things we can always rely upon. But he says, hot take, polos are appropriate on some occasions. Yeah, you know, here's what you want to do. A polo shirt shows the world that you care enough to have a collar, but you don't care enough to let the sleeves go down to your wrist. And sometimes it's appropriate. You might be doing business in South Carolina in the hot peak of the summer where humidity is stifling, it's choking. And so you want to show people, I have got the business on top of mind. I'm respectful of the process, and I got this polo shirt that's got a collar that doesn't match the print. In fact, it's like a two-toned collared polo shirt, and it is tucked in to my khaki shorts. And my socks are pulled high up to my knees, and I am ready for business, but I'm still comfortable. You can trust me. Polo shirts, absolutely the best for those type of occasions. I agree. I really think that's true.
Two-tone is in like we have like a line right around the collar area, and we just have one collar on the top, one collar on the bottom. Are you doing a nice gradient, like, you know, blue to green all the way down kind of thinking? Yeah.
Remember the mid-2000s? Every one of my bosses at the security company had the dress shirts, proving that dress shirts can be bad too, that had the big white collars, the big white sleeves, and the big white collar on the neck, and like blue with stripes. Like horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Oh, yeah. Everybody. Yeah. And if you really jazz it up, you put it like a skinny navy tie with it too. You know what I mean? I saw that a lot on the conference circuit. So yeah, big fan.
Love that. All right. So if you're just joining, if you send a super chat, I have to agree with your hot take. And the first real challenge has arrived. Laserbolt Vids says, U2 is one of the worst bands ever, and Bono is insufferable. I agree with that. It's just a repetitive sound. The Edge hasn't done anything creative since 1982. And Bono he's all glasses and ego, trying to use his power and position to help the world, to spread love, to spread empathy. That just gets in the way of fun. They stand on stage. They take up all the stage with their ego. They don't leave room for actual good music. U2, worst band of all time, Steve.
No, that's I agree with that totally. No notes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, no. Ever since they put that shit on my iPod, I'm
Everyone's really upset at that. You got free music.
It was an invasion of privacy, Ken. It was an invasion of privacy. It felt like Bono, like I was like in line with Bono at a bar or something, and he like put something in my back pocket and like gave me a wink and was like, "Here you go." You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't care if it wasn't like sexual in nature. It still was an invasion of my space. And back then, we didn't have as much space as we do now, like physically, memory-wise. You know what I mean? A whole album back then was a hell of a lot more space than it is now.
That's true. Brennan Marr says, I'm the best Star Wars podcaster. This is true. Brennan Marr absolutely takes his love of Star Wars and he puts it front and center. And this is all true, by the way. And he does it in an engaging way. It's not sarcastic. Brennan, I've been on a show 2 or 3 times. And he takes his love of Star Wars, he puts it front and center, and he celebrates every aspect of Star Wars, and he has a lot of wonderful things to say. And I think you all should check out Brennan Marr's Star Wars podcast, Page Turners. They were not. There you go. That was not a lie. That was no lies there. Oh, no. Oh, my God. What did I do? Scarlet Wolf says, hot take. Duran Duran is the greatest band of the last 50 years. Can I return the money? I mean,
just tell Google to keep it all, so you can have all of it.
Google will take about $1.50 of this. Well, look, Duran Duran is absolutely the epitome of the 80s. And when you look at the 80s, you think, man, this is definitely a style that translates to other decades. It dominates. They are not just one of the greatest bands, they're one of the greatest fashion plates of our time. When you think of Duran Duran, you think of Rio, sailboats, the wind in your hair, leather jackets, cool flowing mullets. You think style, you think rock and roll, you think Duran Duran.
Ken, 2 people in this chat have said that Duran Duran was their first concert ever, including Laserbolt. That has now become one of my instant time travel moments on my list of like places I'm going if I have that power. Bring me to that Duran Duran concert in which Laserbolt had his first joint on a lawn, like, you know, for a rock concert. Like I want to be there for that moment.
I would love if Laserbolt could provide a picture of that and send it to us via Discord. And we have a lot of wonderful pictures that are in our lore here over at the Blathering. We got this one. We got Christmas family Steve, and we got Jared right there in the middle singing hymns to Jesus with his acoustic guitar and bow tie. That one's just amazing. That one's still one of the best. All right, there was another one there. Scarlet Wolf came back with hot take: Backstreet Boys superior to NSYNC. I mean, I actually think that's true. But yeah, the Backstreet Boys never needed to come back. They were already here. They set the tone for a big shift in the switch in music, and they dominated in a world that people wanted just guys with chin hair and puka shells and backward baseball caps. They found a way to groove and dance through the hardest of times in pop culture. And get you on the dance floor and make you happy, and maybe even get you a little action. I'm with the Backstreet Boys all the way. Steve, you?
I was growing up, I was pro Backstreet Boys. I think looking back on them now, NSYNC probably has the better catalog if I'm going to push up my glasses and actually judge them. Not that I'm a music critique person anyway, but I think if we actually look back now, I think the NSYNC ended up being slightly less problematic than the Backstreet Boys did on a, you know, we know Justin has his, you know, Justin is Justin, you know, the Ruin the World Tour, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I think when you look on a whole, you know, if we put, you know, NSYNC's issues in a box and the Backstreet Boys issues in a box, I think the Backstreet Boys box might be a little heavier, but I don't know.
Who's in the Backstreet Boys? Who's
Nick
Backstreet?
Carter. Is the big one that I remember. There was one of them was an AJ. There was an AJ in there somewhere. I think he was the one with the facial hair. I mean, like... Scarlet Wolf's going to be able to name them off in like 4 seconds. I'm trying to do this from there was a Billy. I think there was a Billy or something with a B or Brian, not Billy. Brian. It was a Brian. There was a Brian, a Nick, an AJ.
Hey, two more. Can you do it? Two more.
I can do this. God, the 10-year-old me would be so disappointed right now. Howie?
Yeah. Oh,
was there a Howie?
Yep. One more. You got Nick,
There's
Brian,
one more.
AJ, Howie, and
Nick, Brian, AJ, Howie. Nick, Brian, AJ, Howie. Nick, Brian, AJ, Howie, and no, Lance was in sync. Justin was in sync. I don't have it. I'm not going to delay the whole show. I don't have it.
Kevin.
That was the tall one. That was the tall one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
we did it.
I did good. 4 out of 5's not bad.
Yeah, so none of them of that group. Nick Carter, I know his now late brother Aaron. Nick was the only one to kind of break out, right? The other ones didn't become stars on their own so much, right?
Right. I think that's right. I think I know Kevin did some stuff. He was recently like on a Super Bowl commercial or two.
Right.
I think AJ or Howie, whichever one of it was either or AJ or Howie tried to do something and it didn't work out, but you're right. I think Nick Carter was the only one who really broke out. Whereas NSYNC, you had obviously Justin, but Lance Bass had a moment, or at least was like more, you know, pop culture. Yeah. Like Joey Fatone, I think, had his own little. It wasn't on like Food Network for a long time or something too. You know what I mean? So I think
My Big Fat Greek Wedding, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So I think post boy band peak, I think the NSYNC guys had a little bit of a better playing career. I always looked at this through the lens of like sports athletes, like, you know what I mean? Like who did better. I think the NSYNC team was just a little bit stronger when we look at the resume overall.
I think you're right. I mean, Timberlake upsets the balance a little bit there, but that's it.
Yeah, he does. But it's like I don't know. That's like looking at a player who I don't know what's a good example of that. Like a player who's like a basketball or a football player or a baseball player who had early success in a team that then went on solo and also dominated like on their own. Like I guess like almost A-Rod, you could say that, but A-Rod didn't like win the championship with the Yankees, and the Yankees were a powerhouse anyways. He only won one, right?
Yeah, 09, yeah.
So that might be a good. What is the sports equivalent of NSYNC? I'm going to think about this for the rest of the show.
A core group of players on a team that's successful, but then they go to other teams and become successful on their own, but not necessarily.
Just the Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is the one who was on the like. Imagine if Steph Curry and that Golden State Warriors team, if he just left and won. Like LeBron could be a version of that because the Heat were good, and then LeBron went on his own and won, and the other guys didn't win after that. Okay. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Brady went and won on his own.
Right. That's a good recovery hacker. Says Lance Parrish. And I think he's right. He left the Tigers, went to the Phillies and Angels, and ended up with like the Pirates and everything. He was American League's best catcher in the 80s, Steve. You didn't know that. I'm sure you did.
That's not, again, I'm going to take your word for that one. This one I want to hear, though.
Brady says, for Addy, who's been out traveling, the Tampa Rays are awesome and historic. They're absolutely awesome and historic in how a team that played most of their time in a parking lot with a roof over it could accomplish so many things with so little, including good uniforms and the lack of a discernible good logo. And at one point call themselves the Devil Rays. I mean, they've overcome so much adversity to be a team that scares me as a Yankee fan. That I can say legitimately. And much more to come. They're the team of Fred McGriff. They're the team of Jose Canseco. They're the team of Wade Boggs, who hit his 3,000th hit, a home run for Tampa Bay.
Do you want to see a picture of Laserbolt the year he saw Duran Duran, Ken?
Yes, I do. Audio listeners, you get. We got to add that to the rotation. You got to load that into the media assets. Okay, I'm going to try to describe this. We got some nice slick back
Adonis that's on the screen right now.
Yeah, we got a high collar white shirt, it looks like. We got some, I wouldn't say slick back, but like some straight comb back, tight sides, little poofy on the top, but not out of control. I can't tell if it's a mullet. There could be a mullet back there. Then the mustache doesn't quite connect in the middle under the nose, but it is prominent. It takes up space, takes up valuable real estate on the upper part of his lip in the most compelling and attractive way. This is and the eyebrows stretching far and wide, but still tight and manicured. This is a man with a great future. This is a man who is going to make forest meats a household phrase. That's amazing. That's a lot. I love that. Thank you, Laser. For sharing that.
We call that the courtesy gap in the biz, Ken.
The courtesy gap?
The mustache. We call that the courtesy gap.
I like that. Courtesy gap. I can get behind that.
Yep.
I can get behind that. Okay. Also on the show tonight, thank you for the very silly super chats tonight. I may have, I was trying to think of ways to generate interest in helping support the show, and I thought you guys pay to make me lie. That can't go wrong. But I did I like Brendan. I actually like the Tampa does scare me as a Yankee fan, man. They always seem to have our number when they need it. They always do. They're a good team.
Their ballpark scares me more than the team.
Ballpark's horrendous. But I hope they get something new. I hope they had the recovery hacker says that dude drove a Camaro. How many Camaros have you owned in your lifetime, Lason Bolt? That's what I want to know. That's what I want.
Or if it wasn't a Camaro, it was one of the birds, like a Thunderbird or a Firebird or some kind of bird themed, big muscle car.
Good old T-Bird. Good old T-Bird. You're watching the Blathering Live. I'm Ken Napzok, as you know. Producer Steve here, but so is everyone else. We're going to play a little bit of a UFO game. I'm going to start that now. So I'm not going to, in the past, Steve, I always start this debate, and it's me. It's me. Laserbolt says I drive a 2001 Camaro now. Did I miss one from Scarlet Wolf? Sorry, we can't go on. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, nice one. Scarlet Wolf says,
Oh,
the designated hitter should be abolished. I kind of agree. Yes, the designated hitter should be abolished because what baseball needs is every 9 times to the plate, a athlete who used to be the top of his little league food chain, but now is only a pitcher and doesn't know what to do with the bat outside of one of every 72 pitchers. We need an automatic out almost every time a pitcher comes up. That makes baseball interesting. That definitely keeps scoring down, and nobody likes scoring. And that definitely allows fans in the stadium a break to go to the bathroom. A pitcher comes up, you know you're not going to miss anything. You can go to the bathroom. We should abolish the designated hitter.
I actually agree with you, Ken, but not because I have no faith in the hitter. I think we need to get rid of it and make the American League pitchers hit and both leagues make them hit because we need to heighten the standards for these baseball players. You know, you don't get to just do one job and then coast. You starting pitchers don't get, you don't get to just pitch once every 5 days. You know, you need to get up there and you got to stand in that box where someone's throwing 90-mile-an-hour heat at your,
lately my algorithm
and take it too.
My algorithm on YouTube has I've watched, you do the thing, you watch it once and then suddenly your YouTube's like, you like this. I've been watching baseball brawls. Like, there's a lot of YouTube channels just post like horrendous brawl, the most vicious baseball brawl. There's like the Pirates and Reds from a few years ago, Yankees, Orioles. There's a few of those. Yankees, Red Sox, a lot of Giants, Dodgers. There was one of the greatest one is Mets, Braves, I think. And that's from '85. Like police were involved. It was ugly. I love that stuff. And a lot of them, I will say, do involve National League teams, involve a pitcher getting plunked because he plunked someone else. I think
right. They got to protect their guy. I actually, here's the thing. I'm a hypocrite in this regard because I low key find it hard for me. I don't enjoy hockey so much because I think hockey fighting is really stupid. But I love baseball fights. I think baseball fights are hilarious just because I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny to see these guys like, and then sometimes they really go at each other. I also think if you're the batter and a pitcher's going at your head or something, like I'm not dropping my bat to charge the mound. I'm taking that thing with me. You got to use a weapon. Now I get to too. Like that's a you problem, buddy.
Yeah, the John Roseboro and Juan Marshall.
I'm going at you, and I'm going right at your knees with my wooden bat. 100%.
Yeah. That's I think in the mid '60s it was Juan Marshall of the Giants, John Roseboro of the Dodgers. Was it Marshall who was a pitcher? I think he hit Roseboro with his bat in the fight. It's legendary. And then
imagine
Marshall,
if hockey players just started dueling with their sticks instead of like punching each other with helmets on.
I think that I'd want to go to if Jared's a hockey fan, he'd agree. You declare like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war, and you get to go to center ice and challenge another hockey player on the other team to a duel with your stick, and you have to put one hand behind your back and hold out the stick like it's a sword.
I'm so in.
And I think that's what you need.
100%. I'm so in. That would be amazing.
We got some calls coming in. It's Advice Monday. We got an update from Wiley Todd. We haven't heard from Wiley in a bit. I'm excited about this. Jared, the Thai pilot's got an advice question. He wants to talk music. But first, I'm just going to put this up there. So I as I said before, I know you all know my opinions on the concept of UFOs or aliens and what might be out there. And what might be out there is something I feel will never be discovered. But what is here is not what people want it to be. And everything released in these UFO files, to me, has an answer that was yet to come, already has some answers. Mick West is already working on some of them. If you watch Mick West's channel or go to Metabunk, his website, he's already debunked some of these. They are unidentified flying objects. That is true. We don't know what they are. A lot of them are balloons. A lot of them are parallax of the camera. There's all these fascinating things. But everyone loves this stuff, Steve. So much like the Super Chats where all agree with you, I want you all, when you call in tonight, if possible, to tell me what the hell this stuff is. I've got 5 photos, and again, apologize for the audio listeners. I got to do just an audio-only podcast again, too, to make them happy. All right, here's photo 1.
What the hell?
What is that, Steve? I'll tell you what this is. It is a artist. It's like an artist rendition of a witness statement. Is what this is.
I was gonna say. Okay, at first glance, this looks like '90s Microsoft PowerPoint clip art. Like you put in the yellow oval and you resize it and stretch it and everything. That's what that looks like at first. So I was a little concerned that this was an actual image.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, okay. So
there's that one.
This is an
artist. Then there's this one. There's this one going around.
Okay.
So obviously a plane, and the wings aren't clear at the speed, but
Right.
all right, whatever.
Sure. Okay.
And then you got this one. Oh, look, it's a black dot.
It's a dot.
Aliens must be here. So you tell me what this is. Okay.
Clearly.
And then,
okay.
And then, then this one's going around. Sorry.
You're good.
Is my computer having problems? Okay, there we go.
No, we're good. Now we're looking at it. It just looks like a crosshair.
Yes, it looks like a crosshair, not from the Bad Batch, but like from Fortnite if you're aiming your weapon. So what is that? A pinwheel. A lot of people call this a pinwheel. And then this one. All right. This was in the files.
Okay. Jerry sent you that. That's
this is released in the files for the audio listeners. We're looking at what appears to be a long-headed, big-eyed alien on very grainy CCTV footage. So what I want y'all to do, if you call into the show tonight and you can endeavor to describe to me what this actually is, and I will believe in UFOs. That's my plan here tonight. Okay?
Okay.
That's fine?
See. Yeah, that's fine. Here's the thing. Here's my thinking. That last one is fun. Call me when the UFO files come out on a Wednesday. Okay. They always come out on Fridays, and that's how you know they're full of shit and they're just trying to like get a little like market bump at the end of the day. It's like, oh, okay, well the war's not over, but UFOs. Yeah. So when we have an alien, like epiphany on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, then let me know. But until then, I don't want to hear about your aliens. Your Friday aliens don't please me.
I agree with you there. And there's the distraction talk. This is another, like, we're not going to release Epstein files. We're going to start a war. We're going to tell you about aliens. What just continues to upset me is that you get people like Tom DeLonge from Blink-187, and he's got his Up in the Stars organization, whatever. And I saw his video announcing this, and he just was like, he was almost emotional, like this. Like, we don't know what any of this stuff is. Yeah, we don't. That's where the conversation ends. That's it, man. It's not Grays. They're not here. The government hasn't been sitting on this. There's just a bunch of things that are like, I don't know, we'll put it in this file. But I will say, I would like to know what the hell this final one is.
I'm telling you, that is Jerry. That was an image from Jerry the Cannon Junkie's Ring camera of Scotty drunkenly coming home from like Cane's one day, making making a joke or something.
And I don't know much about this photo. It kind of looks like it's like an infrared photo of the side of a head, and the guy's dropped his sunglasses, and the still photo just happens to be the sunglasses fallen to that level. He's got a little tuft of hair on top. You see it? There's
okay.
eyes.
I like this. So we're playing like the Rorschach test kind of game.
Yeah,
like, what do you see in the clouds?
That's what I think.
Someone said in the chat, it looks like just like a nose, like close up, like like someone just put like their nose up against the camera, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the innards of the nose there are a little too symmetrical for that, but hey, you do you.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. There we go.
If it's an alien, it's a really smart one. I mean, look at that. Look how much headroom he's got. Like that's like there's 5 heads, Ken, and then there's whatever this guy's got, because that's like he's like the cone heads.
Scarlet Wolf says it's one of the guys in the modal nodes. I think that's possible too. Yeah. It's Figrin and Dan. I do have one other super chat. If you're just joining, I'm playing the super chat game tonight. If you super chat me, I will have to agree with your hot take. Within reason, obviously. Alan Smithy, very generous. The Phantom Menace is the greatest of the prequels, and the pod race sequence is the greatest Star Wars scene since the original trilogy. Also, Wilford Brimley's character for the Ewoks movies was Snoke. Well, look, first of all, the Phantom Menace is my favorite of the prequels. Is it the greatest of the prequels? I would say Revenge of the Sith might be, but you know what? For the sake of this, Alan Smithy, you're 100% right. The Phantom Menace sets the foundation for the story of not just Vader to come, but also the galaxy and the Republic's fall. The pod race sequence is nothing but sound and fury and faster and more tense in the most visual of ways and the most vibrant of ways. It rattles your soul. And it also includes the death of Rats Tyrell, one of the saddest, most tragic deaths in Star Wars. And yes, in 1999, this was the greatest scene in Star Wars since the original trilogy, because we didn't have much between them. Unless you're talking about the Ewoks movies, Caravan of Courage or Battle of Endor, where Wilford Brimley's character, Noah, I believe, was in there. And without a doubt, he is Snoke. He's Snoke Prime. We know there's clones of Snoke. We know the Emperor had his macabre team of scientists engineer many Snokes, some that didn't work. But the original DNA came from Wilford Brimley's character. And that is, you can put it in the bank. That is canon, and it's a great theory. Thank you, Alan. Did I do it?
Nailed it. No, Ken makes me pay money to talk about Star Wars, so I'm gonna let that one go.
There you go, bald squirrel, says McClunky for that alien photo. All right, let's go to the phones. It's Advice Monday. If you got some, you need some advice, give us a call. We'll figure it out here. Steve and I will help you. The audience will as well. A while ago, when we started Advice Monday, Wiley Todd, he's a big wig over at the Wangers fandom over there, he called in and he was trying to he liked a girl, and he was trying to find the best and what I feel the most polite way to engineer an opportunity to kind of introduce himself, because it was a situation that wasn't normal. He was going to invite her to like a music concert. He kind of manages music artists, or is in the kind of music world, music supervisor kind of guy. She played music, and he was going to maybe have her on a show, that kind of thing. And we've been going back and forth. Some controversy around it. We don't want to take away her agency. This I know. But I think Wiley Todd is approaching this with a true heart. So Wiley is back on the show. Wiley, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, but we have updates. That's the only reason I returned. I was upset with myself. I keep on returning with no updates. We have an update today.
Okay. First of all, I love that you were like, God damn it, I called back into the show without an update.
Yeah,
what is this, the Wangers?
It's a promise. It's a promise that we have established between us three in the chat here of like what this story is. And we have an update. It might be the closing. It might not. We'll have to get there. But before we get there, two things. First, about the aliens.
Yes, please.
It looks like someone this was the camera roll of a 10-year-old when they got their iPod Touch for the first time.
Yes.
And this is what was on there.
Yes.
It looks like that to me. It looks like someone's testing out their camera for the very first time.
Yes.
It's a pocket picture. Yeah.
Exactly.
The inside of your pockets look like.
Yeah. And it does look like it's a person from the cantina performing. Yes. Maybe they were watching it on their laptop, and then they're like, maybe try the black and white feature on my camera real quick.
I agree. I think you've nailed it. I love that. It is a pocket photo or a kid trying to figure it out. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then second, I don't know if the people in the chat, but I'm sure you can see this, Ken. I want to make you feel old for a second, and it's for a fun reason.
Not hard.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, we met for the first time at Orlando for the Star Wars celebration in 2017.
Okay.
And here's the picture of me and you there.
Okay. Can I bring you up on camera?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. There's Wiley. Hey, Wiley Todd.
So here's the picture. There's me at 17. I'm 17 in this picture, and then there's you, Ken.
Wow.
At that comedy bar.
That was it the Ellis's show, and then we did the meetup at the bar next to it?
Yeah. So I was 17. I couldn't go in at the time. So I had to sit outside and wait till after the show, and you were the first person to come out, so I talked to you first.
I kind of remember that. Steve's going to have his heart broken. I kind of remember that. Don't remember meeting Steve in Chicago, but I do. Brady says Ken doesn't age. I put that photo back up there.
Oh shoot, where did it go? Oh no.
JMB says Ken recalls all in any fan meeting except Steve. It's pretty much true. Pretty much true. I know.
Wait,
Laser bolts. I kind of remember laser bolts. He says I insulted his mustache, but
it's right here. Hold on.
That's okay. Just put the right photo up. Don't. Okay. Yeah. Look. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I haven't changed my style in 10 years, which normally I would preach against. But I did. In the last 5 years, I updated my style a little bit, my choices. But I still have that shirt. I still have that hat. The hat's right over there. So it gives you the kind of the impression that I'm the same. But that's amazing. That was a great night.
Yeah,
a great night. The peak of Collider's popularity. I had won the Star Wars title. Mark had a great comedy show, and we were at the Collider meetup. It was amazing. It was a good time. Good time. Too bad Steve wasn't there. He would have loved it.
Okay.
All right. What's the update?
Here's the update. So we last ended this conversation saying I had an event, and my idea was to invite her band to kind of show their music video that they had at the showcase I was doing.
Right. Okay.
So the story picks up where we were getting close to the event. We had to finalize the people. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to invite her band. And I didn't do it directly towards her. I did it through like their manager and stuff like that.
Proper channels. Okay.
Yes. So I reached out, and it's leading up to the event. I'm doing all the marketing. I'm doing all the normal stuff. So I was like, it was like finally the day before. And I was like, yeah, there's a chance she'll be there. Like there's a strong chance. So here's some clarification. So she's part of a band called Butter and the Genre. They're a jazz band. Okay. And
Butter
I reached
and hold up, Butter and the Genre. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so when I was reaching out, Tiffany, Tiffany has no relation to this. Just Tiffany was the manager of the band. They said Butter and Tiffany will be at the show.
Okay.
I don't know if Butter is her, but I'm assuming because she's the vocalist of it, she probably is Butter, right? Because Butter and the Genre, wouldn't the band in the background be the Genre?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was my logic, but there was a little bit of like speculation there.
Okay.
So day comes, I'm there, and this old man walks in. And I'm like, I'm trying to be like, because in the past of these events I've kind of been off to the walls, not really inviting people, and I kind of feel bad about that. So like I wanted to like be really upfront and introduce myself to everyone that showed up, that took the time to do it. So it was gonna happen just to meet these people.
Okay.
So I went to shake this old man's head, and he says, "Hi, I'm Butter." And I was like, "Oh." I wasn't like, "Oh," but in my head I was like, "Oh no."
Oh no. You're like, "Oh man, sir, I fell in love with you."
And the person next to him was Tiffany, the manager. And I was like, "Oh, she's not going to be here. She's not going to be here." So long story short, that was like a chance to do it in a way where that could have happened, but it turned out she did not show up. I don't know if she was planning to be there and couldn't make it. I have no clue.
Maybe she watches this show.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, the sum about the story, I'm back on the dating apps. I don't know. I'm not losing hope in this completely, but that was like my only like really like super safe shot of trying to make something and to meet this person. So
look, I think fate might have struck right there, that you tried, you gave the effort, it kind of succeeded, just not in the way you want. And yes, to those in chat, I am looking up Butter in the Genre, honest, original, accessible, listenable. All right, Butter is Gregory Halbrick.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
that's the guy. Soulful voice of Calliope Stout.
Yeah.
Wow. Look, it's all right here. They're Oklahoma's jazz fusion leaders, I think. This is amazing. They got a lot of music up here. All right. Keep the dream alive, Wiley. Keep the dream alive.
I'm happy. I've been meaning to call in to give you an update on that. That happened 2 weeks ago, but I thought it would be interesting. Everyone's been following the saga. So,
well, you know what? Here's what's going to happen. I think you tried in a nice way to engineer it. It didn't happen the way you planned. And I think one day you're going to walk into a coffee shop or something like that, and you're going to turn and you're going to bump into her, and she'll drop her sunglasses, and you'll be like, "Is that an alien?" And you'll pick it up, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think that's how it's got to happen now. I think I got to stop trying, right? When you hear in those movies and stuff like that, oh, you got to stop trying, then you'll find the right. Maybe that is the possibility here.
I think that's the case. I think that, Steve, any thoughts on that?
I think I'm not quite the destiny fate type, Ken, but I think no, I think good things happen to good people, and I think Wiley's on the right track here. I was a little worried when he mentioned the older gentleman being Butter. Is that what we said? Their
Butter.
name was Butter.
Yeah.
And all of that. I thought maybe he was getting catfished at first, and that his special lady maybe just didn't even exist.
Right. Right.
Or was a pretty young lady on the internet, only for you wouldn't be the first guy for that to happen to you, by the way.
Like the early MySpace days, that happened a lot.
Right. Probably for a jazz band might be a first, but in the history of the internet, you never know.
There you go.
But yeah, so good luck to you, Wiley. I think this isn't, the door's not closed. It's just it's just a few other different doors are opening. That's all.
There you go. There it is. Sure. You can email Tiffany at the company there to get you to book her. Look at that. You know what I love about this? Wiley ain't making up this story. we just verified all of it. It's all right there. His name is Butter. He goes, I love that. Hey, call me Butter.
He's a
Like, that's
really
what
cool dude, by the
I
way.
imagine.
And in the show, I like to bring up people so like people can feel more like knowing the artist a little bit more, just to have that kind of connection, so people can connect to the artist more. And he came up on stage. He's just really cool. He has like that. He like talks the way he sings that type of jazz. Like he's like, yeah. So I've been doing this for like 60 years, and like he was like talking like that. Really cool dude.
That's what you want. That's what you want. I love it. I love it. Wiley, I appreciate the update. Maybe there'll be something more. Maybe there'll be something more. Thanks for hanging around here, and you tell those Wanger boys in chat tonight that I miss them.
I will. Super chat them and say I miss that you miss them.
If you're going to super chat them tonight, could you do me a favor? Could you say, Christian, why don't you take Ken to lunch anymore?
Okay, I will send that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Wiley Todd, everybody. Wiley Todd calling in. Let's take Jared the TIE Pilot. He's got a few things on his mind, as he always does, including the fact that he thinks hockey fights are great. Hi, Jared.
They are amazing. And it's you're just not hip, Steve. That's what it boils down to.
Just not hip, Steve.
I'm not hip. I don't think that has nothing to do with the barbarism of hockey fights and how it takes away from
you want vanilla ice cream.
Really
you hate music. You don't think hockey's the best. I mean,
what? So, Jared, I got two questions for you. First, what the hell is this? Okay, what the hell is this? Second,
that is an acid trip gone wrong.
I agree with that. Second, what do you like about hockey fights?
That is just the great enforcer right there. It gets the team going. I mean, there's nothing better than seeing one goalie race down to beat the shit out of the other goalie because shenanigans have happened. I mean,
I do like that. I like when goalies fight.
Right? Goalie fights are the best.
Yeah. Those are good. I agree with you there. Okay. All right.
Steve, we know. You're a baseball elitist.
I'm not. It's more of just it has nothing to do with the sport or the game, and anywhere else it would be considered battery or assault. Like it doesn't make like in boxing they have a license to do this kind of thing because they have weight classes and they have rules and there's all that kind of stuff. These guys are running around on swords and then decide to punch each other in the head, and half the time they don't even take their helmet off, or one dude has his shirt over his head or something stupid like that.
That's a good strategy.
It's just it's a terrible. It's just not smart. It's like I thought we had evolved past that as a species at this point.
You need to watch hockey fights where one of, if not the two dudes, are mic'd up, or they've got like the real good shotgun mics going where you can hear them. It's a very consensual, lovely thing of two basically brothers going at it because they'll skate next to each other. You want to go? Yeah, let's go. And then they drop. And then at the end of the fight, they say, well done to each other. It's bloody
dance.
adorable.
It's a dance. I think, you know what? That's going to be my YouTube algorithm there. I'm going to watch some hockey fights. All right, Jared, where do you want to go? You want music first? What do you got? Two things. What do you got?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, we can do either or both. But so apparently I didn't realize this was such a hot take. But my band, we've been going over and made a list of new songs to learn to add to the set. And a band that was brought up and we're doing the two big hits from is Weezer. I fucking hate Weezer. Apparently, that is not an opinion one should have.
I love Weezer. Yeah, what don't you like about Weezer?
I've just the first time I heard him, there was something about it. Didn't like the just anything about the music, the cadence, the singing, the lyrics. Just no.
I mean, here's the thing. Weezer, which is, as we know, mostly Rivers Cuomo, the lineup has changed over the years and all that kind of stuff, definitely has a distinct sound. So if the sound doesn't hit with you, in all seriousness, it's not going to hit with you, right? Same with U2. U2 is one of my favorite bands. You despised U2. The sound doesn't hit with you. It's also, U2 is one of Laserbolt's favorite bands. That's why he did that. Steve, you don't like music, but do you like Weezer?
I don't know who Weezer is. I couldn't pick Weezer out of a. I'm guessing it's five white dudes that use a guitar, a couple of.
You ever heard the
drummer?
No. You ever heard the song about you can untie my sweater?
If you want to destroy my sweater.
That one. No, nothing. No ringing bells.
1994.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
Not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I'm a big Weezer fan. I am a big Weezer fan. One of the things I love, I think there's a lot of fun to what the music does. Like that when Rivers got really into covering songs, like their cover of Africa with Weird Al in the video, I'm all about it. I think there's just a spirit of fun. He kind of seemed to come out of the, I wouldn't know, he didn't come out of the emo scene because emo was more late 90s into the mid 2000s, but I think it was a precursor to it in a lot of ways. And I like that there's a style. He loves music. And though Weezer is pretty distinguishable, he's gone into other genres. He's gone kind of the heavy metal route. He's gone the rock route. He's gone the pop. He's got the ballads. He's got, garage rock. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Jared, I don't need you to like Weezer, but I like Weezer.
Is Weezer a band or a person?
A band.
It's a band.
But it's mostly one guy who does like all the writing and the singing. And he's gone through members left and right throughout the years.
So is it like Hootie and the Blowfish? Like Darius Rucker is Hootie, and then the rest of them are the Blowfish. Like he's Weezer, and the rest of them are just.
It's always Weezer.
It's always
the
Weezer.
Band is always Weezer as a collective.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's not like a.
Do people call? Is he like John Weezer? Like do people call him Weezer?
No,
like
he's Rivers.
he's
Rivers.
Okay.
Rivers Cuomo.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah. And he at the height of he's an interesting fellow. A little bit of an odd fellow, which is what you want out of rock stars.
Is going to be
at the height of his kind of power, he like kind of left it all and went to like college, like Harvard or something. Someone will correct me on the details.
It's like nerd alt rock.
Yeah. And then their Blue album, which is the one with Buddy Holly and Undone, the Sweater Song, all that stuff. One of my favorite songs is a B-side around the time, Jamie. One of my favorite songs from them. Their next album, El Scorcho, was absolutely like a gear shift that lost him a lot of the fans that MTV had just won them. And I have always respected that he went into, I'm going to do the art I want to do. And then that's what he does. That's why I like him. I'm going to cover Africa. I'm going to cover Africa. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
They did the cool Africa cover like a couple years ago. Okay. I've heard that.
Ingvia says they missed a chord. That sucks. I didn't know that. I don't know what chords are.
Okay. I don't.
I do like John Weezer. I do want to know who John Weezer is. All right. So sorry, Jared. So you win some, you lose some, I guess.
But so the advice call for tonight that I need from you.
Yeah.
So the small backstory contents had a customer that I kept getting into little sticks with because he was one of these like 20-something-year-old Kyles, definitely has holes in walls, kept parking in my handicap spot. And I was just like, no, bad boy. I explained it. We went over it like 5 times. So I eventually stopped serving him if he's going to come in and do that. So one of the last times he did it, I told my cashier girl, I'm like, no, we're not serving him. I've told him plenty of times he can leave right now.
Okay.
And then he threatens me, like, wait till I see you outside. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I was like, okay, you're half my size, bro. Like, it's not happening. All the Monster and Red Bull in the world's not helping that situation. So we got him trespassed from the area.
Okay.
That's been a few months. Flash forward to today. Yesterday, he came into the store when I was working and came up to me. He's like, listen, I talked to your manager and he says if I apologize to you and whatnot, that you might let me back in. I was like, oh, did he now? Well, I'll have to get back to you on that. So, do we let Kyle back in the store to get his sleeve of nips?
Possibly. The things to consider here are, number one, did this actually happen? Right. Obviously, you need to talk to your manager, your boss.
Yep.
You have clearly employees that you work with or employees that are, quote, underneath you in terms of the chain of command. You've got to take care of them. Does this young lady still work there that was involved in the incident before?
Oh, yeah, she does. Yeah.
So what's her opinion about that?
I don't know if she's aware of this. She wasn't there at the time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for redemption and contrition and all those things, but you're not losing any business. He's not making you rich.
No.
But if it actually happened and it's your boss's decision, you maybe got to go with it, and then just he'll mess up.
the way Kyle worded it to me, and I don't even know if that's his real name, but that's what we're going with.
That's what we're calling him. Yeah.
Worded to me is that it was going to be up to me. I have to accept his apology. Is
Right.
the way he. So I'll see my manager tomorrow morning when we get there.
I'm gonna want the update on this.
Yes, definitely.
And we'll hear Steve's thoughts on this here. But if it's real, if your boss is like, if Jared says it's fine by me, and he makes an apology that you believe, where will you go with this?
That's the thing. I'm trying to also determine how shallow this apology is, because he kept saying the phrase like, if I was to apologize. So it's like, all right, apologize. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he did. Yeah, he did do it. Well, you didn't give him the chance. You said, "I gotta look." You got. Yeah.
No, he did, but it was just like I said. It just felt hollow. It's just like
it felt hollow.
Again, zero proof of anything, but the gut feeling is you got kicked out of another store, didn't you? And now you need to try to come back to get your sleeve of nips.
This is like Kingsport Cal getting kicked out of another restaurant that makes breakfast sandwiches, and now he has to go back to the one he was boycotting. This is what this is. Steve, please weigh in on this here.
I wonder, Ken, what would be the thing you're most likely to do to get you kicked out / banned from your 7-Eleven of choice? So just chew on that for a second. But I believe in second chances. I think if everything is true, Jared, it's worth giving this dude the opportunity to make better his ways. And if he crosses the line again, then you open a can of whoop ass on him, or you have you have the proper authorities take action. But I think if this truly is up to you, then I would definitely get the input from the woman you work with who was wronged, and make sure that she is heard in this regard, and make an informed decision from there. But just tell the guy, hey, you screw up again, I'm gonna hit you in the face with a snow shovel.
Well, we have an actual trespass order against him, so I can just call, and one of the local cops is a regular at the Dunkin', and we see him daily, kind of thing. So
this is the most Boston story I've ever heard.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. So you asked advice, we give it, but I think this is going to need an update. You don't want to start a fight where you don't need to fight. Maybe he's come around the bend. Yeah, maybe he needs his pizzos there, and you can provide it. But it seems like if the power comes down to you, you still got to take care of everyone else in your store, and I think he'll step on his dick again.
That's what I'm kind of, because again, one of my fun theories today was like, it's either he got kicked out of another store, or his girlfriend, who was always a sweetheart, and I felt bad for him. Like, you've seen him put a hole in the wall, haven't you? I was like, did she finally like snap at him and go like, you're gonna stop being a little prick and go apologize?
I took that the wrong way earlier when you said there's holes in the wall. I really went another direction with that. You're talking about anger.
Yes. Oh my God. Anger, not Porky's.
Yeah. I thought, okay. I thought this was like the high school quarterback that has got a secret. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking.
Like no. Bathroom stall holes?
Yeah, like a little glory hole action. That's where I went with that. But okay, he's violent. Okay. There you go. Abernathy got it. All right, Jared. I appreciate that. It was a journey. That was a journey. Good call for advice. Thank you, my friend. Give us the update.
Like, I know it's going to take a second. That's why I was like the and/or with the music, but apparently it's not of a hottest take. And it's hilarious that Steve does not know Weezer. They are right up his vanilla alley.
I think he does. I think he's just playing a bit. I think he's just fitting it right now.
Ken, if you put a lightsaber to my head right now and said name a Weezer song that isn't Africa, the cover of Africa, I swear to God, I would sweat bullets and you'd probably have to kill me.
Okay. So you're saying you can't name...
Dude, I listened to two bands, Dave Matthews and Daft Punk. Like, what do you want from me? I don't listen to music. I listen to sports talk radio. Like, I'm sorry.
What was that second group?
Okay.
Dave Matthews Band and Daft Punk.
Are you saying the T?
Daft Punk?
Yeah, you don't.
Okay. So all right. So
DAFTPUNK. Don't make fun of my. That's racist. Don't make fun of my speech pattern.
Okay. So could you guess 3 names of a Weezer song outside of Toto's cover?
Sure.
That's not one of them. Wheatus is Teenage Dirtbag. Yeah.
No. Something Avenue. I'm just thinking of all those like. See, is Weezer older than I think they are? They're like 90s into 2000s, right?
94. They're still going. Yeah.
Okay, so they're early 90s into the but they're like their heyday, I guess is what I'm saying. Like their peak.
Here's a little helpful. Their big 2 albums that were really popular were the Green album and the Blue album.
Yeah.
Were they the Beatles?
Generally all their albums. Pinkerton. I said El Scorcho earlier. El Scorcho is a song on Pinkerton. Generally all the albums are they're like named Weezer.
I don't see color, Ken, so I don't. Yeah,
that's true. Maladroit, Make Believe. Okay. All right. They're popular right now again because one of their songs kind of went viral on TikTok with Beth Costantino from Best Coast called "Go Away." It got real popular on TikTok, and so they're
it was like one of those meme songs, like Madonna and all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yep, yeah. Like suddenly people are like, "Who are these? Who this is?"
Yeah. Well, that would be me. I don't. I'm sorry, man. I can't help you here.
All right. Yeah. All right. Jared, go listen to some Weezer.
I will.
All right. We're almost out of here. A little bit more, but if you got a need for advice, call in. We'll leave the phone lines open here while we are going here. Become a YouTube channel member, Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Napzok. I would love if you would support me over there. At the end of the month, it's Steve's birthday month. Steve, how many more days to your birthday?
9.
9 days.
I think 9 days. Yeah. My birthday's on the 20th, Ken. So ish. 9 days.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So last Wednesday of May this month, I shut my calendar down. Oh boy, we'll get that up later. What is the last Wednesday of this month, Steve? There we go. 28th.
The last Wednesday of this month is the 27th.
27th. Okay. So on the evening of the 27th, we're going to be doing a Patreon watch along in honor of Steve's birthday. All on Patreon. We're going to be watching the mid-90s classic Three Musketeers. So get in there. Patreon, any level, gets you join in there. I think that's something to look forward to at the end of the month. It's a birthday gift for Steve.
And as a gift for the Patreon, I decided, because I do my beard resets anyway, if we hit some kind of goal, and we'll figure this out between now and then.
Okay.
I think we should, and maybe I'll rope you into this somehow, but I will pick, I'll pull the pictures up maybe on a Silly Saturday or a show between the before now and the Patreon show.
Okay.
I'm going to give people the options.
Okay.
I think we should for the occasion, shave our beards into one of the Musketeers of Chat's choice for the occasion, for the movie. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm down.
I'll do it.
That's right around my beard reset time anyway.
Yep. I'll do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Whether it's Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, just we'll do a selection show on one of these shows leading up to it.
Okay. 1993 film. Hold on here.
There's some good ones. There's some good beards. Oliver Platt specifically. I don't think I can get quite the.
That's the one I went with. That's
was
the
it
one.
Really?
Yeah. That's okay. Okay. Hold on here.
Are we doing this now? Are we pulling this up now?
Yeah, we got to.
Okay. Right.
We got to give the folks. It's not going to be formatted correctly, but who cares at this point? I want. I guess before I 100% commit, I want to know what I'm getting into here. You know what's.
Well, again, I'm not asking. You don't have to commit to anything. I'll be
do
it the next day anyway.
It's your birthday.
So I want to,
All right.
There we go. Attaboy. That's what we need.
With Kiefer, you got full beard.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen has got the full Van Dyke.
Yep.
Cut sharply. Chris O'Donnell. Oh, this is scary. Clean shaven.
With the boy wonder.
The boy. But is he technically a Three Musketeer? And then Oliver Platt.
Come on, that's the story. Yeah.
He and Charlie got kind of the same hair, but they're kind of got
Platt's
the same look.
Pointier, and
yes,
he's got that picture doesn't really show it. But Platt is doing some interesting chin stuff. Like he's doing some interesting chin line action that shows up better in the movie. That's like a little more aggressive. Like it's like Tony Stark before Tony Stark. You know what I mean?
Totally. Totally.
Yeah. So that's like if you went out in public in the Oliver Platt stash now, people would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But
yeah, you're right. It's not even connected. Charlie's is connected.
yeah,
But see,
Charlie looks great.
I went with the Oliver Platt look because I think at the time I couldn't. This stuff wasn't coming in.
My glasses are getting foggy. I'm so excited, Ken.
You're so
Right? Yeah, the
excited.
connectors. Yeah,
The
that's
connectors
tough,
wouldn't come in when you're young. We're a young man, so I think I had to go with the Oliver Platt. So all right, there you go. That's what we're gonna do here. That is what we're gonna do. It's the end of the month, May 27th. Three Musketeers watch along. That'll be that. All right, so no one else can call in with advice or need for advice. That's okay. We'll be back on Thursday. Next Monday, I will not be live. I got to find a way to do it. I'm going to go see a little movie called The Mandalorian and Grogu. So I'm excited to go do that. And we'll find time to do more shows during this week and all that kind of stuff. Kyle Harlow's interesting chin stuff on a Wednesday night.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. That's it. That's it, everybody. I think my tech kind of got slightly better towards the end. I can't figure it out.
So you've sounded fine the whole time. The camera, while the picture was sharper earlier on, it was jumpy. You're not jumpy anymore, but for me, your quality has gone down to like 360p versus HD. You know what I mean? But it's like you're not jumpy, you're smooth, but it's a grainy smooth.
Oh yeah, I see right now. That's an internet thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks. I'm watching it live right now on the live feed. That's sorry, buddy. That is bad internet. Nothing I can do about that until they get fiber in my neighborhood. All right, sorry about that. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Goddamn internet. I the amount of money I pay. All right, that's it. That's it, everybody. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, comment, join Patreon so you can join us for 3 Musketeers at the end of the month. That's it. We'll see you.